Karina with another video. So as you guys know, I'm pretty new to YouTube, and I finally discovered how to make your own custom thumbnail, which was a pretty prideful moment, I must say. And then I also realized something I'm really bad at is looking at the camera. I was looking back at my videos, I'm like, I'm never looking at the camera. So today I'm gonna look at the camera. So today's video, so what I wanted to talk today about is rainbows. So just as a couple years ago, I've kind of had this fascination with rainbows. Rainbows are just so beautiful and cool, and I did this program in grade 10 called CALP, and it was an experiential learning program, and we went for a semester you have school at this church building, and you do fun things and go on fun trips, and you get to go camping and stuff. And for part of the program we teach grade 5s about the environment, and we had to pick a nature name. So I chose the name Rainbow, and ever since then I've kind of had a spiritual, personal connection with rainbows, and I just think they're really cool, and I just like to think I'm a really colorful person, and I like rainbows, and they're just very magical, it rains and then there's a rainbow. And okay, so first I'm going to talk about the biblical meaning of rainbows. So this is really cool. I've been reading through Genesis, and I have the Jesus Bible, as you know, and in Genesis it kind of explains the meaning behind rainbows. So it says the rainbow is a symbol of God's promise never to destroy the earth again with a flood. So in context of Noah's Ark, he promises never to destroy the earth like he did with the flood. And just to give a bit of context with Noah's Ark, I always wondered why did God want to flood the earth, and just a bit of idea behind that is because he felt there was so much sin in the world he needed to wipe the slate clean. And I think after that he just realized he can't control where he can, but the world is going to take it where it's going to take it, so it's he almost left it in humanity's hands at that point. So he promised never to destroy the earth again, which is really cool. So the rainbow is representative of that. And then it says, more importantly, it serves as a tangible reminder of the faithfulness of God to fulfill his promises to his people. To modern ears, the notion of God remembering something may sound strange. How can an all-knowing God forget anything? Rather, the text points out that God would consistently call to mind his covenant promises, even when the people's rebellion seemingly knew no end. So it's just a really cool reminder that, God is real, he is there, and he did make a promise to us, and he's going to keep it. He's not going to, forget about us. And he's consistently there for us, no matter what happens. So, just a couple other cool things about rainbows. I was watching, I don't know if you guys watch Far Away Distance with Becca. She's been doing this Old Testament Bible study. I love your channel, Becca, if you're watching this. And she was talking about rainbows because she's doing this comparison with Old Testament characters in the New Testament, with Jesus. So she did Moses and Daniel and Noah in this one. And she explained how the rainbow is an arrow to heaven. In 1 Peter 2, verse 23 to 24, it says, the arrows of God of justice stroke wound Jesus so that we could have grace. So just the arrow, meaning the rainbow, is God's grace, and it's just super cool how the rainbow is just this reminder of his promise, and it just makes me think rainbows are so much cooler. And so today I wanted to talk about this mission I have. So I was at summer camp, and my friend, for her testimony, she shared how she has this love mission that she kind of created. So as Christians, we all have the mission to spread the word of God, be like Jesus, and just be a super kind and compassionate person. But with my rainbow mission, I kind of divided up each color and made specific kind of like goals of the person I want to be and what I think each color kind of represents. So the first one is red, and red is for love. To spread love as much as I can is my goal. John 15:12 says, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you." And Ephesians 4:2 says, "Be completely humble and gentle, bearing with one another in love." So, go out and love people. Love is like one of the greatest things you can give people. Love is just so amazing and incredible. And then the next one is orange for encouragement. So when someone needs a pick-me-up, give them some orangeness. John 37 says, all that the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me I will never cast out. Remind people to never give up. And God is always there, no matter what is going on. So, I think encouragement is definitely one of my strongest love languages, other than like hugging. Because encouragement is something is so easy to do, but we don't do enough of. You can easily give someone a compliment that will mean a lot to them and bring their day up. And I think it's so easy to fill our buckets up, but often we're not filling people's buckets up, which is really sad. So I think a good goal is just to always encourage people, and just try to be filled with compliments and try to, embrace that. Happiness. So this is my happiness page. It's for the color yellow. And so happiness is as simple as giving someone a smile. A joyful heart is a good medicine, says Proverbs 17:22. The grass withers and the flowers fall, but the word of God endures forever. Isaiah 40 verse 8. And happy people who grieve, because they will be made glad. Matthew 5:4. Alright, and then there's a green. And for green, I said refreshing people. So, refresh people. Give them room to grow. Jeremiah 31:25 says, I will refresh the weary and satisfy the faint. Proverbs 18:4 says, a person's world can be a source of wisdom, deep as the ocean and fresh as the flowing stream. And then, which one's next? Then we got blue. So, blue says, so one of my favorite quotes is, this is kind of cheesy, it's from The Fault in Our Stars. It's like from the little encouragement wall that Gus has at his house. But I love this quote. It's such a beautiful quote. It's, if you want the rainbow, you have to deal with the rain first. And I just love that quote because with anything, you always have to work for it before you get the satisfaction, right? And it's just, even with bad things that happen, it's always, you see them as bad things, but then after you move past these bad things and overcome them, that's when you see the light and the rainbow, and that's, when you move on, right? So, I just love that quote. And then, I believe that blue, the word that goes with blue is hope. Because when you think of yellow, you think, you might think that yellow is more like hopeful, but I think blue represents hardships and represents hard times where you actually need hope more. So, most people say like blue represents sadness, but yes, it represents sadness, and that's why I think it also represents hope. Because we face a lot of sadness, and when we face a lot of sadness, we need a lot of hope. And Psalm 62:5 says, yes, my soul, find rest in God. My hope comes from Him. God is such an amazing source of hope. Like, He is our hope. He is what gives us hope, what keeps us going. And then the last one is purple. So when I think of purple, I think courage. And courage means the ability to do something that frightens someone, or frightens yourself. So Jesus, like, his whole life was courage. Everything he did, he took amazing courage. Like, dying on the cross for our sins, like, that was a lot of courage. Like, you know, when you think of your life and your faith and being a Christian, you need to have so much courage. And if we want to be like Jesus, we need to have courage. Deuteronomy 31:6 says, "Be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you, and he will never leave you nor forsake you." So that's the end of my little rainbow mission. So I really encourage you guys to make your own mission. You know, find some sort of symbol or word that you really want to pursue and create your own mission with. As you know, the Bible itself is really its own mission, but I think having, you know, something where you kind of like break it down what you want to do and how you want to do it, like having a little rainbow mission, really helps. And I think, you know, after making this rainbow mission, I found myself, you know, encouraging people more, loving people more, and just being a more godly person. So that's all I've got for today. So I hope you guys have a good week, and remember that if God put you to it, he will put you through it. Alright, that's all guys. Thanks, bye.